Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk a little bit about the progress I'm having with the FPV. For the last couple of months I've been focusing on FPV and practicing on liftoff, and today we actually did a very short FPV flight that we're going to show you. I hope everybody is staying inside and isolating, and everybody is safe and healthy. So stick around. When we first got interested in the FPV, one of the first, actually I think this was my third FPV drone. I had a couple other ones there that were brushed motors, but the first brushless I got was the little Novice. That I didn't have much luck with. The first time I took this one up, I flew it around the living room a little bit, and she went into a bucket of water, and I ended up having to replace one of the motors. I've had this outside, and I've had the little antenna pop off. I had to reattach the antenna. Last time I flew it, the camera, I could hardly see anything. So anyways, I didn't have much luck flying this. With this package, this is a great starter package. With this, you do get the drone. You get 2 batteries with this one. And they give you a controller, and they give you these little goggles. I actually never really tried out these goggles. I think I turned them on, but that's about it. And they give you a little charger here, and I just used my laptop plug-in here to power this up, or you could put an XT60 in here, and they have a USB. But anyways, with this controller, I don't know, I really had a tough time trying to control it with this controller. And again, I'm new at this, and really wasn't sure what I was doing with this. Anyways, so from here I decided that maybe I'll get myself a radio and maybe a better set of goggles, and then maybe even upgrade the drone a little bit. So what I done from there is I picked myself up the Eachine 100s, and with this you get the goggles, and you get the power pack here. I ended up buying the DVR separate, and I've just put Velcro on here and mounted this DVR. With the DVR, you just plug in your power here, plug this into your DVR. You do get a cable here. You plug this into the DVR, plug that into the goggles, and there is buttons on here that will scan the channels until it actually connects to the drone. So it's fairly simple. So far I haven't had much problem with it, but again, I haven't done a whole lot of flying with these goggles. I've just basically tried them on, connected them, done some recording. Today I put them on for a little bit and tried to do a bit of flying with it. So I definitely need more practice with these, but they're definitely a good set of goggles. Now another thing is I decided to get myself a radio, because I've definitely been serious about doing FPV this year. So I figured I'd better get myself a radio, even if it's a simple radio, which this one is, and one of the cheaper radios out there. It's the FrSky Taranis Q X7. And you know, all of this stuff is all new to me. I'm used to flying the DJI drones, GPS drones, and some Parrot drones. So this is a whole new ball game. Anyways, I had to learn how to set this up. I had to program my drones into it. Let's see here. Okay, and what I've done, you can see here on the screen. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but you can see I've programmed CineQueen into this, the Novice one, and then I even had this as a simulator. But I haven't had much luck with plugging this in the computer. I did get it working once, but I don't know what's happening, why she's not recognizing it in liftoff. But anyways, that's something I'll have to work on. But anyways, so there's so much stuff to learn. You know, I had to learn how to program this. Let's see, let's go into a page. So you know, when you're doing a new model, let's exit out of that. You know, this little dial here will rotate down, and if you press the button, it'll have create a new model. So I've had to do that, and I created the CineQueen because that's another drone that I just got, and I did a little bit of flying today. I'm going to open the box, show you what you get, and hopefully show you a little bit of my flight today. Anyways, when you're setting this up, you know, in the setup, yeah, I had to put in the CineQueen name. You know, there's all the way down here, there's a bind button. I had to bind it with the controller. Okay, let's see. I had to put in some information here. I had to do the binding, which is a whole nother story. It's actually there's actually quite a bit to setting up to do FPV. So this is a big learning curve for me. In here I had to program, you know, all my sticks, my different buttons. I have this button over here for arming the drone. I have this button here for my different modes, stability, horizon, acro. I have my beeper button. So all of those are all something that you need to figure out and program into these controllers. So that's a task in itself, you know, learning how to do that. Anyways, we're just going to shut this off. And so anyways, the drone, the next step up from the Novice, I decided that I want to learn on something that's a little bit better than the Novice, and maybe something with a little better camera. So I was watching tons of videos, and I came across the CineQueen, and this looks like a really good model. And with this drone here, you get two cameras on it. One camera here, the top camera, is going to connect with your goggles and to show you where you're going. And then down here on the bottom, they have a 4K camera. Now, apparently you can change the settings with this. This is, I think, a RunCam hybrid. and you can change the settings, but I'm not really interested in changing the settings on this camera. I'm quite happy with the 4K on it. And one thing with this drone here is when it does start up, it automatically starts to record, which is something I really like, because that's just one less thing to focus on. Another thing I liked about this drone too is you can put an SD card in this. Okay, now there we are. Okay, just move this strap. Okay, and so I got an SD card and I put the SD card in it. Now this is a V30 32 gig the SanDisk Extreme 32 gig, a V3, so this is a good quality SD card, micro SD card that I use very similar cards, in fact the exact same cards on all my DJI drones, so it's great for doing 4K video. There's two little buttons, I think, somewhere here that will start your start and stop your video, but like I said, as soon as you turn yeah, here's the buttons here. Okay, I think this front button over here is to record, and this one here is to stop the video. But like I said, when I fired this up, it just automatically recorded. It has an XT30 connector on here for your battery. They give you two straps in the package here. I'm not sure what this little item is here. I think this is for plugging into the drone and changing your camera settings. Also, another thing that you have to learn with this FPV is Betaflight. I have Betaflight installed on my computer, but I never had to change anything in Betaflight for this drone. GepRC, they're really good. All the settings seem good. I doubt I'm ever going to change anything in there. Not really something that I'm interested in playing with right now. I did go in there and make sure that once I connected my controller, that everything was working in Betaflight, because you want to make sure that all the controls and buttons and everything are connecting to the drone and operating your you know, your accelerator, your yaw, and your roll, and your pitch forward, pitch backward, so you know, and your arming button, stuff like that. So you definitely want to hook this up to the Betaflight and hook up your controller to the drone and make sure all of those things are working, which I've done. I noticed another thing is with the GepRC, they gave this little kind of right angle dongle here to fit into the micro USB plug, which is located, let's see, it's located down in here, and as you can see with these propeller guards here, you can't just stick your cable straight in. So what I've done is I take my cable and I actually plug it in to this little piece first, and then I'll plug this end into the drone before I connect it to Betaflight. I don't know what else to say about this. This is it's quite a unique drone, and having it 4K camera, I love it, and it's not very big. It's got guards on it, and because I'm still learning, that's great. That's going to help, because I'm sure I'm going to bump into a lot of things. I've done a lot of crashes with the Novice, so I'm sure I'm going to have my crashes with this. I picked up a few extra batteries. Yeah, this battery here. Okay. Yeah, this is a 4-cell battery, 650. The Cinequeen will run on 3S and 4S. So this is a 4S 650, and then I found a couple other batteries. These are a 3S battery, 750. I managed to get 2 of those, so I got 3 batteries for it. Included here too, they give you extra props. Hopefully it's going to be a while before I need to change any props. I notice also they have a little Allen key in here, which you're going to need, I think, to change your props. What else? They also give you some stickers. You know, lots of stickers here. They give you some little pads here, sticky pads here, and I think what I've done with this is because there's like a ribbon cable on here, I'm concerned because I know I'm going to have some crashes. So I put a couple of sticky pads on here, you know, so that it actually has something to land on. And they do give you another little sticky pad here, which sits under the battery, and I just stuck it on here, and then I just kind of looped the strap through to hold the battery. But anyways, today was kind of my first day to fire this up and take her outside and try a little flight. Now it's a little bit windy today, and so I was kind of nervous to take this out. I do not like doing these FPVs when it's windy, because these small drones here are very light, and they tend to drift a lot all over the place. So I'm kind of waiting for this COVID-19 to finish, which I'm hoping we'll do soon. So I can get back out into the park and really start practicing my FPV. I was out in the yard today, but it's a very small space, and like I said, I'm still learning how to do this FPV. But so I did a little bit of flying line of sight, and I did a little bit with the goggles on. But there wasn't much space here to fly. But anyways, we did a little flight, and like I said, it's windy today, so it was pretty nerve-wracking trying to keep her balanced and you know, keep her from drifting. But anyways, I think that's about all I have to say for my progress with FPV. I'm going to run a little bit of video of the Cinequeen, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.